In the Kursk region, servicemen from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, whom dictator Kim Jong-un sent to help his ally Vladimir Putin in the war with Ukraine, committed a cynical and vile crime, committing an act of violence against a 28-year-old Russian language teacher sent to teach them. Dialog media outlet reports, citing material published online by Russian law enforcement agencies. In the video, a teacher named Anna told how on November the 11th, she arrived in the village of Kromskie Byki in the Kursk region, which, as is known, is located 15 kilometers from the combat line. As the teacher explained, she was sent here by her superiors for the linguistic, cultural and everyday adaptation of the North Korean contingent. However, apparently, the North Korean allies from the People's Democratic Republic perceived this visit of a relatively young woman in a completely different way. Already on the first night, they made their way into the private house where she was staying, grabbed her, taped her mouth shut, tied her up, and then began to abuse her. Anna recalls that she woke up that night with a feeling of suffocation. 4 or 5 soldiers taped their mouths, tied their hands, took off their clothes, and began beating and raping them, the report emphasizes. The teacher says with horror that the group forced sex acts lasted at least 2 hours, and she managed to escape when the North Korean soldiers got drunk on vodka and lost their former vigilance. Now the woman is afraid that the criminals will not be punished properly so as not to spoil relations with a friendly country, but will simply be released or sent home. Recall around 10,900 North Korean troops have been deployed to Kursk as part of Russia's airborne unit and Marines, with some already participating in battles in the Ukraine war, a South Korean lawmaker said, citing the country's spy agency. North Korea has also shipped additional arms for the war in Ukraine, including self-propelled howitzers and multiple rocket launchers. Parliament Intelligence Committee member Lee Seong-kwon told reporters, citing the National Intelligence Service, North Korean Foreign Minister Cho Son-hui meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin during her visit to Moscow this month was unusual in terms of protocol and likely went beyond exchanging greetings to cover more significant issues, including a possible visit to Russia by Kim Jong-un. Another Parliament Intelligence Committee member, Park Sun-won, said the spy agency is still trying to determine the exact number of North Korean troop casualties and whether any had surrendered amid conflicting information, the lawmaker said.
Pope Francis met with First Lady Alina Zelenska at the Vatican on Wednesday after Ukraine marked 1,000 days on from the full-scale Russian invasion. Zelenska attended the pontiff's weekly audience where he decried the war as a disaster for humanity. The First Lady was seen introducing her visiting delegation before the pair exchanged gifts. The meeting came as worries grew about an escalation in the conflict, with both sides pushing to gain any advantage that they can exploit if Trump demands a quick end to the war, as he has vowed to do. In rapid succession this week, President Joe Biden gave Ukraine the authority to fire longer-range missiles deeper into Russia, and then Russian President Vladimir Putin formally lowered the threshold for using nuclear weapons.
Подарунок – це Святий Миколай, натхнена скляними буковинськими іконами. Є така традиція. Наші різдвяні традиції.
Questo è una cosa che si fa nei nostri uffici. La nostra vita sia sempre per la pace. E c'è la colonna della pace, l'ulivo della pace. Grazie. Ci vediamo dopo.